Well, hello there. Hey, welcome to our virtual party. I'm Marna Ross. I'm coming to you from Caucallin, Michigan from my kitchen. And as you can see by my sign back there, that's me. I am so happy that you're part of the event that we've got going on this week. And I just wanted to share with you two breakfast ideas. So today's all about breakfast. So I want to show you our breakfast sandwich maker and also our egg cooker. So for those of you who have not seen this before, there's a reason. This just came out on June 1st. It's called a breakfast sandwich maker. So we're going to make a breakfast sandwich for you, hence the name. But it's for more than that. You can steam vegetables in here. You can make a little 1-minute cake in here. I have a whole recipe file that I'll send you for this. But today, let me show you how quick and easy this goes together. So this is all ceramic. And it comes with 2 baskets, and these are going to come into play in just a minute. These are silicone. We're going to crack an egg in here, and we're going to just either break the yolk like this, or you can scramble it. I'm just going to break the yolk a little bit. We're going to put a little bit of seasoning. I always like something to season my eggs. We're going to use some 3 onion rub, which is a Pampered Chef seasoning. Smells delicious. And then we're also going to use a little Dijon mustard rub. One of my friends in the business told me about putting a little bit of this Dijon mustard in my eggs, and oh my gosh, it pops the flavor like nobody's business. Now, we're going to put this second basket in here, and we're going to put our protein in here. So I'm going to use just deli lunch meat today, ham, but you can use some pre-cooked sausage, pre-cooked bacon, or you could use like Canadian bacon. This is one of our storage containers. They're made out of glass. I put my lunch meat in here, or my deli meat. You know, sometimes I go to the big box store and I buy, like, I don't know, a box like that has like 22 pounds of meat, it seems like, in it. So I kind of divide it up. I might freeze some. So we'll take a piece of ham and we'll put that in here. Put the lid on, and then we pop that in the microwave, guys, for 1 minute. So let me do that for you. And you'll see that I offset it in the microwave. That's what you always do when you've got a small vessel that you want to microwave, because that way it goes around in your microwave instead of staying right in the middle. And you'll get a way even cooking when you put your bowl off to the side. As soon as that's done, we'll bring it out and we'll put this basket in. And in here you can put your choice of bread. Think about a bagel or an English muffin. Or if you're doing low carb, a lot of my customers are, me too, once in a while when I think of it or can stick with it. I have a really low carb pita that I'll put in here. But we're going to put just a whole wheat English muffin in here. So I want you to think about how fast it would be to get a breakfast sandwich done in 1.5 minutes versus going maybe through the drive-thru on your way to work. I can't even get to a drive-thru restaurant where I live in less than maybe 10 minutes. So this is so much faster and so much more healthy because you can control what you put in it. So this breakfast sandwich maker just came out. It's $29.50, and you will get a recipe file with it. Now, we'll bring this out, and it really isn't too warm to the touch. Okay? And now we'll put this in, and we've got 30 seconds. And as soon as that comes out, we'll assemble the sandwich. Now, you've got a couple of choices. You can put cheese on or not. We're going to put some cheese on. And look, we're going to just use processed cheese, because I have to be totally honest with you, I love processed cheese. I do have some beautiful Colby Jack sliced in the fridge. You could use provolone, Munster, whatever you have on hand, but I like the good old shiny Kraft, because it melts deliciously. That's what I like about it. And I also think that it's the kind of cheese that they use at the fast food restaurants, and I wanted to replicate that. All right, so let's open this up. So our English muffin is nice and warm. It feels just perfectly heated. We'll put the slice of cheese on. We'll open this up, and you'll see that the ham cooked. It got crispy. And then look what's inside here. There's our egg, perfectly cooked, and it's the perfect size. to go on here. Okay, that's empty. And then I like a little bit of mustard on mine. Even when my husband and I, when we travel and we might stop and get those delicious breakfast sandwiches at, the M word, McDonald's, we always get a little mustard to put on them. But there you have a breakfast sandwich, and if you let this sit for a minute, that cheese will soften up. But at the fast food restaurants, that is not melted, so this replicates it beautifully. So breakfast number 1 done in 1.5 minutes. Next, I want to show you the egg cooker. This is the ceramic egg cooker. So this is the breakfast sandwich maker, just for a little comparison in size. They're both made out of ceramic. Everything you can do in here, you can do in this. But I'm going to go ahead and show you this. We're going to make French toast, guys, in 1.5 minutes also. Don't you love these 1.5 minute recipes? So in here is just a little bit of melted butter. I prefer to use real butter. Now, all I had was butts of breads. Well, what do you call them? Heels, maybe? Usually I would use 2 pieces of nice white bread, especially if I were making this for grandkids. That's the kind of bread they like. I only had these kind of scrawny pieces, so I'm going to use 3 of them. You cut the 2 pieces of bread into cubes. Okay? So what we're making is a French toast that almost tastes like bread pudding. It is just killer. So there's our butter in there. That's how fast that is. Let's crack another egg in here. We're going to whisk that up just a little bit. You can just use a fork or a small whisk. We're going to put a 1/4 cup of milk in. This is dairy milk. You can certainly use almond or coconut or whatever your family prefers. And then we're going to sweeten it up a little bit with a little bit of sugar and a little cinnamon. That's a teaspoon of sugar or sugar substitute and about a 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon. Okay, then you just go ahead and throw your bread cubes in here. I do usually about half and give it a little bit of a mix, and then I'll put the other half in. Okay, so this could be done. You get up, you need breakfast, or one of your kids needs breakfast, or grandkids need breakfast, and even if you've got multiple kids or multiple people, this is all done in 1.5 minutes. So you could quickly serve one person and make another, right? I hope I didn't put too much bread in there, because I did use 3 heels. Oh well, it's just you guys. It'll be all good. In the microwave this goes. Now, if you were just doing eggs, you would just put some eggs in here, scramble them up, make your scrambled eggs. The lid does not fit down tightly, so don't try to put it on tight. You just let it kind of rest on top like that. And we'll do this for 1.5 minutes. All right, so while that is cooking, I'll tell you about just a couple of things I have here. This is the mini measure-all cup. It measures liquid, like I just did today, or you can do sticky gooey. You pop this down to whatever measurement, 1/4 cup, 1/2 cup, put peanut butter or Karo syrup or sour cream or mayonnaise, and then you just shoot it up. This is the 1 cup size. I've also got a 2 cup size. This is our German steel 5-inch Santoku knife, and if you don't know, not familiar with the word Santoku, it is a Japanese style knife, but it's got a flatter blade. It doesn't have the big curved French style blade. Makes it really easy to chop and to slice. If you don't have good knives in your kitchen, I can highly recommend this one. This is my go-to knife. I use this all the time. It's not too big, it's not too small. If I see one thing in people's kitchens, it's that they, especially the women, use way too small of a knife. They use a little teeny paring knife for everything. This, again, is our leak-proof storage containers. They're glass. The lids snap on. And what's fabulous about this glass is that you can, without the lid, you could put this in the oven, you can put it in the microwave. So I could take leftovers right from the refrige to the oven if I wanted to. I showed you the 3 onion rub, and that I use on all kinds of things. If I'm making homemade soup, I put it on, like on grilled cheese sandwiches, just on the outer bread with the butter, delish, and the Dijon mustard rub. This one's really good in potato salad too. So let's see how our French toast turned out. smells amazing. So here's our sandwich. And we'll grab this out. Yum. And then, you know, you probably want to serve it with, you know, I don't think you need any butter on it, but you sure do want some maple syrup. And we got this from one of our grandsons. You know how they have the little stores at school at Christmas time where the kids can go shop? Well, this is pure maple syrup, and it says to Grandpa Jim from Conrad. And it is from Marquette, Michigan, so we'll put a little drizzle of that on here. Or a lot drizzle. And with a clean fork, we'll take a little taste test, because, you know, that's what they do on the cooking shows, right? They taste what they've made to see. It's really delicious. The bread soaks up the egg and the milk and the sugar mixture. And then, of course, syrup makes everything taste good, right? I could eat a sponge, just put syrup on it. I could be eating that. But you might, instead of putting cinnamon here, you might want to melt a little peanut butter and make like a peanut butter French toast. But look, it's so easy to get breakfast on the table and in your belly in about a minute and a half with our breakfast sandwich maker or our ceramic egg cooker. So I hope that you've been inspired to think twice about what you're making for your breakfast, and maybe one of these two products and one of these two meals looks good to you. If so, please let us know. We'd love to have you as our customer on this party. Thank you so much. Thanks for joining me, and thanks to our host for having us all. We'll probably talk to you tomorrow. See you soon.